Android 17 is going to launch with One UI 9, and here are 5 reasons you need to be excited for both those things. Welcome back to SamMobile TV. You're here with Daniel. One UI 9. We've had it now on my Galaxy S26 for a little bit, and there's 5 software features I think you should be really excited to try out when One UI 9 and Android 17 drops onto the Galaxy S26 or launches with the Galaxy Fold series later on in the year. First feature is one that is within Quick Share, and it's called Tap to Share. So as we know, Quick Share, Samsung have kind of innovated it over the last couple of years, and especially since joining forces with Google to adopt it instead of Nearby Share, it's become the industry-wide standard for all Android phones to use Quick Share. But Samsung like to stay ahead of the curve. With One UI 8.5 just recently, they introduced sharing with Apple devices. Got a whole video on how to use Quick Share with AirDrop, and you can see it there in the menu. Go check that out. But alongside One UI 9, they're introducing Tap to Share. Now, it doesn't work yet. On this build of One UI that I have here, not functioning. So let's go into Tap to Share though, because you can see it turns it straight off. And let's read out how it's going to work. You can see it says share images, videos, and other files. Tap your phone against another phone, or gallery, Quick Share, or the share panel is open. You can share your contact profile. So if you've got a contact profile open, you can share that with another person via Tap to Share as well. How to use. Now, these instructions here might seem familiar to you. Because of the fact this is basically S-Beam reincarnated, it's effectively the same thing. Unlock both phones, tap the back of your phone against the phone you want to share with. Depending on the model of the phone you're sharing with, you may need to tap the top or the back, and tap accept on the recipient's phone to start the transfer. It initiates the connection via NFC. Welcome back, S-Beam. It's been a while. This was one of the best ways to transfer files back in the S3, S4 days. I'm so glad that Samsung have decided, obviously since Apple have kind of brought it to their phones as well, to bring it back via Quick Share, because it is a fun but practical way of sharing files across to other people. Welcome back, Tap to Share. Definitely the number one reason I'd say to be excited about One UI 9. Next reason to be excited, we're diving into Galaxy AI, and we're going to look at Photo Assist, because within here, there's a new function to do with the Create tab. You can see it there, automatically suggest prompts. I got to say, I'm going to turn this off because it's not quite functioning just yet. But the Create tab within Photo Assist, if I quickly go into here, this photo, and I go to Create, and I describe what I want to change this to nighttime, right? Not bought time, nighttime. Hit generate. I love the fact that it's able to take a photo, you describe what you want to change, and the Create tab within Photo Assist literally changes it for you before your eyes. There we go. That is now nighttime. And it doesn't just change it. It literally adds in a light from the street. It adds in things like the stars. It's quite incredible how it can actually change the whole makeup of the photo to be nighttime. But let's say you look at a photo and you don't quite know what it is you want to do with it. What do I want to change? Well, within this Create tab here, you're now going to have the option to have prompts automatically suggested to you. So go back to it, hit the Photo Assist button, hit Create. It's going to crash because, well, it's not functioning yet because One UI 9 isn't the final version. It's not even a beta build. It's just an early release. But if we go back to the description, it says show AI generated prompts automatically so you can use to edit your photos. The description's not even fully fleshed out yet either. It's in like broken English or it's missing words. That's how unfinal it is. But it does just show you a little bit of an idea of what it's going to do. In fact, with our first look at One UI 9 last week, there was a little box that came up and showed you a little bit more in depth as to how it's going to work. So you can go check out that video to see a bit more in depth about that. Next up, we're going to be looking at the Bixby widget, because Samsung have decided, I guess, that a lot of people will probably still keep the power button for Gemini. I've changed this one to Bixby. On this phone, it's Gemini, which means a lot of people will likely keep that as the default. So putting in a widget for Bixby makes a lot of sense, especially now that Bixby is good. I did a full-on comparison to Gemini in our last video, and you can see how much Bixby has gotten better over time, especially now with the added Perplexity integration. It's actually very, very useful. So in order to, I guess, take advantage of that, Samsung have developed a widget for Bixby. So when you go into widgets, you see a Bixby widget right there. And within there, you've got 3 different size options. You've got a nice little 2x1, you've got a square 2x2, and you've got the big one, 5x2. All of them practically do the same thing. The only thing you miss out on in this 2x1 is the little history button, which the other two get, but they all have a voice option and a keyboard option. Just depends on the size that you want. This one here gives you the text box with the microphone next to it. This one's a keyboard or microphone with the history, and this one's just a keyboard and microphone. So I've already got one set up here. At the time of recording, One UI 9 with Bixby does not support voice input yet. What about that, eh? It now does. So let's say, for example, you want to call Bixby. You press this. Can you change my phone's brightness?
Currently, your device has adaptive brightness enabled, which automatically adjusts the screen brightness based on your surroundings. To manually
So what I love about how Bixby works is it's integrated deeply into the phone-specific settings. So if you were to do a Gemini search for that, it would just bring up a generic Google search based off a generic phone. This does it purely off what's on your phone, and it's tightly integrated into Samsung. But you've got both the microphone, or if you want to enter a text prompt, you've got that too, and then it'll use Bixby to find the thing that you're asking for and put it together based off AI. So you can kind of get the best of both worlds. You can get Gemini from the power button, and you get Bixby from the widget. Love it. Next one, number 4. It's going to be weird to say I'm excited for a feature that's centered around what happens if your phone breaks or if it's not working, but I kind of am. It's the new warranty and care section within your phone. Now, I'm not one to advocate for phones failing and it being a feature to fix it, but it happens. Technology is not a sure thing. So you want to make sure that if something does happen, you know how to fix it, or you can find the correct avenue to get it repaired. Or if it's just not working, how can you fix that particular feature? This is where this comes in, because you can dive into here, and not only does it give you a list of your devices and the warranty that's attached to it. Obviously, you could tell it's not quite functional just yet. Warranty does not expire on 1st of January 1970, because that was 56 years ago. But the whole point is it does give you information surrounding that. And if you want to click on a device, so let's say I wanted to click on my S23 Ultra, you've got an option here to actually go through and you can search for a problem, or it's got a list of problems that you might be having that you can then click on. At the moment, none of them work. It says like if I want to do an app update or delete, content isn't available just yet. So not something that you can actually function yet, because obviously this isn't a live version. But you get my point about what's in here. Probably my favorite part of what's in here ties into how good Bixby is now, and that's the troubleshooting section. So if you are having a performance issue with your phone, for example, why isn't my phone charging faster? You can hit search, and then it's going to actually use Bixby to bring back a result. And it'll give you troubleshooting. It sort of breaks down the problem for you, and it gives you stuff that you can actually use to fix it. So good. And it's just a really nice way of, rather than using Google to search for it, this knows your phone intimately and actually knows the settings that's on your phone and allows you to fix it using this stuff and troubleshoot it at the very least. You can also use some prompts. Why does the battery run out quickly? And then again, it's going to use its thing and search for it, battery drain issues. It tells you stuff that you can turn on or off, and direct links to those toggles and settings as well. It's just a really cool way of being able to optimize your phone's performance if you're having issues and troubleshoot. Rather than going through device care, we can show you what device care looks like, where you have diagnostics here to check things are working. You can actually just go straight to the source of the problem with warranty and care through troubleshooting and Bixby. It does have diagnostics here as well, so I can not make that work right now because, like I said, early build. But you get the idea of how this whole section is designed to optimize and streamline the whole optimization process of making sure your phone's working properly. And the last reason you should be excited about One UI 9, I said it sort of at the top, it's that it's going to be the launch for Samsung of Android 17. Obviously, I need to get this perfect. There we go. So the full next version of Android will launch with One UI 9. And obviously, I can't tell you a bit more about it from a Samsung point of view, because usually when they launch the full version later on with the foldables, there's new and exciting stuff that gets launched alongside that too. So I don't know. That's the unknown for me, but it's also the reason to be excited. because Samsung always bring new stuff. And it's not just a case of here's the new software version, that's it. There is going to be new stuff to make the new devices more captivating. And then ultimately your device will get it too via software updates. And that's just exciting to me, the not knowing. I think it's very easy to get caught up in the tech world with leaks and also in finding out stuff that, we shouldn't know. But there's also that excitement of not knowing what's going to come out. And that's where, for me, the Android 17 launch with One UI 9 is a reason to be excited as well. So I have no information for you other than my excitement for what that's going to bring. And then we'll go from there once we know a lot more. To keep a track of One UI 9 and the journey of Samsung software, make sure you hit subscribe to SamMobile TV. You can also go check us out on our website, sammobile.com, and find us on all our socials to keep up to date with tips and tricks and everything else. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks.